Tell me that you love me, yeah. All right. I've been blessed by the YouTube gods that they froze my live stream. So I had to start a part 2. Welcome back to Can Angels Fly, Tarot, and more. My name is Nancy, and today I'm here to have a second Aquarius Rant. Hi, you back with me? I'm back again. They froze me. See, if I really let my personality out, I would not be any use to YouTube. They would be mad at me. I'll break all the guidelines, I guess. So I'm trying to be on my best behavior. And I'm going to talk about a few things in this live stream. You're going to love class. Okay, on Monday, you got to tell me, where is it at? It's here on YouTube. Let me know. Let me know. You know my email, if you email me. I think you told me about it before, and I don't forget. So, right now I want to talk about the astrological energies that are unfolding, because they let us know, they let the general people know, the lay men and lay women know that what, how can I say this? That there is enhanced social engineering. Okay. If you can email me if you have time, I think you've done it before. But if you can just carve out a little more time and send me the link, I would greatly appreciate that, Yanni. Thank you for keeping me, up to par. I've always had a friend, a buddy, or somebody to tell me what time it is. I'm an Aquarius, we be out there. So you have to tell me when to land. YouTube Yvette can. Oh, okay. She lives in Georgia. Okay, so just Google YouTube her. Okay, thank you. So the unfolding energies is letting us know that enhanced social engineering is taking place. I did a video on social engineering on March 19th of 2019. Unfortunately, I only got 41 views. The watch time, I have no idea, but I only got 41 views on that, where I talk in depth about social engineering and what it can accomplish and the impact it's having upon people. Today, social engineering is trending. Okay. So, it's not just the fact that social engineering is occurring. It is an enhanced execution of social engineering. I gotta read my notes. 7 p.m. Pacific time. Okay. Thank you. I'm gonna remember that, definitely. I'm gonna read my notes. Y'all know I'm not the best writer or reader. Social engineering is a well-established system used to regulate the function of the mind and, as a direct result, your behavior. Tactics that are used in order to social engineer people are to chemically induce them. What are we talking about right now? We're talking about social engineering. Why are we talking about the field of social engineering? It is because um, the astrological energies have said, hey, uh, you ladies and gentlemen, please pay attention. Social engineering is being executed upon you. And so right now, I'm talking about ways or tactics that are used in order to socially engineer a person. What does it mean to socially engineer a person? It means that you regulate how they mind function. You govern it. You manipulate it. And then as a direct result, you determine the subject's or person's behavior. So talking about the tactics now. A person can be socially engineered through chemicals or being chemically induced. Like through what? Drugs, alcohol, different things like that. A person can be socially engineered through subliminal messages and images, hypnosis, other forms of suggestion, staging scenes and scenarios, trauma and stress, genetic manipulation, stratification measures such as through financial stratification, gender stratification, nationality stratification, intellectual stratification, etc. Another tactic that can be used to socially engineer people is suppression, suppression or being devalued, or I don't want to jump there, threats. Y'all, this is a mess. Anywho, another tactic, and a very popular tactic to socially engineer a person, is through fear. The fear of like death, failure, alienation, ostracizing someone, loss, reproof, poverty, and scarcity. I just want to offer a couple of real world examples of social engineering. Negative or misleading news reports from any media source can be used to socially engineer people. The government shutdown and its impact it has upon the people that it affects can be used to socially engineer people. Unemployment, the viral pandemic, mandatory masking, prolonged quarantine, hoarding of natural resources, and the destruction of the remainder or of the remainder of those resources, or any and all resources, and or making the rest inaccessible. These are real life ways a person can be socially engineered. Homelessness. What about all of the pending evictions we are hearing about? Last thing I heard, nationwide, I think there are over 1 million people that have a pending eviction over their head. I want to say this before I move forward with some other examples of real life ways that people are being, not can be, are being socially engineered. When it comes to this over 1 million people I've heard of that have a pending eviction over their head, my question is, for real, if all these people are evicted, who's going to rent the property? Who's going to rent the property? The homes are for the people. We already have a homeless issue nationwide. real life examples of how we are being socially engineered. Deterioration of the moral fiber of life, like an example of violent crimes. Toxic water, like in Flint. All of these are tactics that are being used to socially engineer the populace. Water shortages, like in California. Man-made and natural disasters. Now, I want to say this. I don't even know how this fits in because I've been working on this for several weeks. So I'm just going to read and try to make it make sense along the way. Remember, this is Aquarius Rant, and the primary focus right now is talking about social engineering. Another tactic that is being used broadly by the powers that be in order to regulate people's minds and therefore their behavior is also the continuous pursuit of life, liberty, and happiness. I repeat, what am I talking about? I'm talking about tactics that are used in order to socially engineer the populace and the powers that be favor. And the way that they are able to do it is by prompting people to be in the continuous pursuit of life, liberty, and happiness. Where does that come from? Now I'm going to read a quote that was offered by Wikipedia. It says, all thought, let me read. The continuous pursuit of life, liberty, and happiness, all thought to be unalienable rights, which the Declaration says have been given to all humans by their Creator, and which governments are created to protect. That's what it says. Did you hear the Declaration of Independence? It said that people have the unalienable right to pursue life, liberty, and happiness. Why? Because whatever your God is, gave you that right. Then it says the governments were created to make sure that you can do it, to protect you, to make sure you can do it. Yeah, that's a way that the powers that be socially engineer the masses. Yet each desire evades the pursuer more times than not. What am I saying? The Declaration of Independence says that each of us have the right to pursue life, liberty, and happiness. But even though we had a right to do it, and the government is supposed to be created to protect us so we can do that, and we had a right to do it because our God granted us that unalienable right, why then does life evade some folks? Why does their liberties evade them? And finally, why does their whatever will make them happy evade them more times than not? It is all due to what? Social engineering. I don't know if that made sense or not. We're going to see. Most of the general populace are undergoing one form or another of social engineering. There's many layers to this. So many that we can't see. Many are being prepped for the new paradigm. We talked about that. The social engineering, social engineering has been going on. And at this point in time, the astrological energies suggest that an advanced social engineering is being performed on the populace. And the reason why this event, they are intensifying their efforts, is because they're prepping people for the new paradigm, getting your mind right, getting your mind set in order to regulate your behavior, because we have entered into a new paradigm. And what I was telling y'all, is going to be a new way of living. Now, there are certain strategies that are executed. Okay, I did this. My notes out of order. But I'm going to read it again, because I got strategies used to execute social engineering are to be chemically induced, subliminal messages and images, hypnosis, other forms of suggestions, stage scenes and scenarios, traumas and stress, genetic manipulation, stratification measures, suppression, and fear and threats. Okay, let's see. I be rewriting stuff. I thought I balled them up, but I didn't. Let's see. I gave the real life examples. Oh, so I done did this. Okay. So I gave the real life examples, like the pandemic, quarantine, and masking, negative or misleading news reports from any media source, the toxic water in Flint, water shortages in California, man-made and natural disasters, all these pending evictions and homelessness. All of these are tactics used to socially engineer people, to control their mind, so they can regulate their mind, so they can also control their behavior. Let's see. Oh, I did that too. I really was on the wrong page. Didn't throw some pages away. I ain't gonna worry about it. So I don't know what I did. Okay. I did that. The answer people have been socially engineered to be. Oh, and the answer. Okay. So why has it been and continues to be a challenge for people to gain and maintain the aforementioned unalienable rights given to them by their creator? It is because the answer is people have been socially engineered to be anti-productive or counterproductive. That's why. Rather through being a bigot, destructive, self-destructive, disassociated from self, etc. I wrote here, whomever controls your mind controls or has programmed your behavior. Hope that makes sense, y'all. I'm just trying to read and go through it and then kind of talk at the end. I don't even know if this is in order now. Such people are permitted to... Oh, yeah. Oh, okay. Okay. I guess I'm already there. So... Oh, yeah. So where is that at? Social engineering and advantages. Okay, I'm just going to read what I got here. Because I done messed up everything. The progressing astrological energies are converging upon the theme of what? Enhanced social engineering. And the advantages it will produce for the magician. I hate when I read. So what am I talking about right now? I'm still talking about this enhanced form of social engineering and how the reason why there is enhanced social engineering being performed on the masses is because the magicians want a particular outcome. The magicians are the powers that be, you know. And so it says social engineering. I don't know what the heck. I really got everything out of order. So, in multiple pages of the same thing. Social engineering is a well-established system used to regulate the function of the subject's mind, and as a direct result, the subject's behavior. Oh, this was supposed to be the page I read. One well-known social engineering program is the Project MK Ultra. I know y'all heard of that. Project MK Ultra, although characterized by some to be a conspiracy theory, others testified to the legitimacy of the program. Wikipedia states that Project MK Ultra, also called the CIA Mind Control Program, is the code name given to a program of experiments on human subjects that were designed and undertaken by the U.S. You said you wouldn't be getting sleepy as YouTube Ralph Smart on Infinite Water says, we ain't having it. We ain't having it. Look, go get you some rest. You be busy. I'll be here. Maybe because they just blacked me out. And I ain't even talking about nothing. So, but where I'm going, they might get mad and want to black me out permanently. So, undertaken by the U.S. Central Intelligence Agency, some of which were illegal. Okay. I know all of this is broken, y'all, because, again, these are notes. Oh, that's stuff going everywhere. Okay, so I'll talk about them. Okay, I did that. Somebody must have been messing around because these are way out of order. This is everywhere. I did that. I don't need that. Okay. I had some other stuff about somebody been messing around. Let's see. Okay. Some of the suspected subjects of what MK Ultra are rapper Cardi B. I know these are things y'all done heard before. Gangster James Whitey and rapper Lil Wayne. These are just a few of the famous people suspected of being subjected to the advanced social engineering methods used in the MK Ultra program. Why am I talking about the MK Ultra program? Because I know you done heard about it before, something about it, you know, and that is a mind control program. Have you burned some sage? No, I haven't had. You know, I haven't had any sage since all this pandemic stuff began. Nothing. Nothing. I ain't had nothing. And it's a young man that pulled himself up by the bootstraps, I say, from a low-laying hood. And I got to go patronize him. Because he got some stuff. He got an African, Afrocentric store. It's frozen again. They some dirty sap-sucking mother suckers. Dirty mother pluckers. I finally carve out a moment. If I say a bad word, can y'all hear me? I'm about to cuss. I just want to know, can y'all hear me? Because I just want to say a little something. I ain't going to go into depth. But it is a message about the social engineering that is taking place. Can y'all hear me? Because it tells us to watch out. So you can't hear me? Okay. I just want y'all to listen a little bit. And then I'm going to let y'all go. Because they on bull crap as usual. Let me see what I got here. It says, I asked the question. Is it possible that you and or I have been or will be the targets of covert tactics intentionally executed to frame our minds for the purpose of directly controlling our behavior? Yes, and we ain't having. We ain't having it. Right, right, out smart. You said it. We ain't having it. Yeah, we ain't having it. The message in the stars tells us the answer is yes. That we are under covert tactics of enhanced social engineering. Let's see. Social engineering country. Okay, I did that. Okay, I just want to talk about because the warning said. Oh man. Okay. They done froze me. Y'all don't go nowhere. I want to tell y'all what to look out for. If I can find it. What the hell have I done? I did that. Talked about the ancestors in the other one. Oh, yeah. I talked about God in the other one. Okay. Where's my papers? Oh, Lord, I gotta go on memory, y'all. I gotta go on memory. Okay, these I'm trying to give y'all some of the warnings the stars talked about. I'm gonna have to find. I don't know. Oh my goodness. Let's see if this is it. Some of it anyway. Okay. Some of these things we already know about. Although refrain the bystanders through patterns if the suit of the agenda is deflecting their curiosity or question. Such people are permitted to play. Oh, it says watch out for. Oh my God. Okay, Nancy, think about it. What am I about to talk about now? The stars have warned us that right now the powers that be are executing enhanced tactics in order to social engineer. It tells us. It tells us that there are. I'm going on memory, y'all, because I didn't left something or dropped something or moved something. So I'm going on memory. I know it said, hey, watch out for like people like on this platform as an example. It's just one example. Yeah, see. That are, oh man, because it talked about whistleblowers. Oh, okay. It said beware of people that have platforms and they're able to speak freely on topics that they have really no way of knowing about. How can I say? Or it's like not like public information, but they speak, so they bring up subject matters and they speak on certain subject matters in detail. They saying they plan it. These people, this is what I'm getting out the stars. They are planning. And how you know these are those people? Number one, they speaking about something that they in a normal life have no way of knowing. Do they hold a job in that place? Where did they get this information from? You know, just imagine me talking about some stuff like I've been sitting in the White House and know all the stuff. A person like that, and I'm talking about the agendas or the what they call them things, the things the president signed. I'm talking about them in detail, and I know all the information. Say watch for them kind of people. It says watch for kind of people that can use certain, like on here on YouTube, you can't use certain, you can't play music. Otherwise, we'll be in here partying. We'll be getting it in. You can't use music because I mean, I guess if your channel ain't monetized, but a lot, like one time I used Amy Winehouse song. They blocked my video straight out all over the world using one of Amy Winehouse. It was back to black. They blocked my video out all over the world. Period. So these people get to, you know, use like copyright music without getting copyright infringement complaints. Their videos are not cut off or anything. It said watch these type of people. When you see that, you know these are planet people put in positions to socially engineer you. And the reason why some of them are put in these places and given these liberties, like playing copyrighted music without any copyright infringement, or showing images that are protected under copyright, and they don't have a problem doing it, is getting they plants. Some of those planted people are introduced into the public, how to say, as, you know, the norm. They always there. You know, you always see them, always find them. They always talking. It's because some subject matters have leaked out of important offices, we'll say. Subject matters have leaked out. And so the information that the general populace is getting, some of the information that the general populace is receiving, is vital information that could further awaken them. And so they have to do damage control. And so they put these people in place, and they keep them in place so that they become like the norm to you. You know what I'm saying? Somebody that you wouldn't even suspect. And they'll talk on these various subject matters and have details, intricate details. You'd be like, well, how do they know that? But you trust them because they just a friendly face. And it's in order to do damage control. They need to reframe, take that information that you know that could lead you to awaken in a way that's beneficial to you. Even hear me? This thing is gone crazy. Oh, it's just gone. It's my computer doing whatever. It is going freaking crazy. Oh my man. I don't even know. Another, I can't remember the details on that. And it was saying that those type of people, if you listen real close, often incriminate themselves. They tell you who they really are if you really, really listen. And oftentimes they renege on something they say. Some statement they say, some previous statement they say, they renege on it. And they, in an errand-like way, make an errand, they submit, you know, information that they shouldn't, or they often fill in their content with like random information, just come out of nowhere. Don't get my messiness confused with that. It also talked about the remember, there's the magician. It's the powers that be that are executing social engineering. They're also a gesture or a joker. There are jokers out here, gestures, clowns that are put into our line of sight or our perspective, and these people are to confuse us. I don't know what I did with that, because it said something about the gesture. All that time I was running my mouth and didn't even have the right stuff. End the live stream and start it again. Let me see what this paper says. There are people whom have intentionally selected to cover leaked information. These particular, I guess that's what I was just talking about. These particular people's job is to do damage control and to guide bystanders' attention to a desired focus or less harmful target. You can identify these people by their liberties. Examples are, there are gossip platforms, usually platforms based on unusual or high profile small talk. When I say they be having access to information the normal person would know. Whistleblowers. They have inside information that will be impossible for the general public to acquire. They speak freely about inside information with no fear of punishment, like retribution, sanctions, lawsuits, etc., etc. Let's see. They are permitted to disclose already leaked information in detail, followed by redirectional tactics. That's what I was talking about. Let's see. That reframes the bystander's thought pattern if it suits the agenda to deflect you know, the bystanders' curiosity or questioning. It says such people are permitted to play copyrighted music on the platforms or sites to entertain, to intrigue, and hold the attention of the bystanders. Such people are permitted to speak on legally protected topics, even in intrusive ways, like this whole thing about anti-Semitism. The certain people are allowed to speak on that without any penalty, and they can do so intrusively. You know, in intrusive ways, meaning kind of rude or careless, or what do you call it when you just don't care about another person's feelings? Inconsiderate ways, and they never get any repercussions. They get to go, flow, never penalized. For some, there is a notable shift in their appearance. Oh yeah, because there are some privileges to taking on these roles. Usually there's a noticeable shift in their appearance. Also, they have fill-in discussions with irrelevant and or trivial dialogue and fabricated reports. Meaning, if you go behind them and you do any research or investigation, you will find a lot of discrepancies in what they have to say or what they've shared. Listen, okay, all of these people incriminate themselves, okay. But it talked about the Joker or the gesture. I don't know. Oh, man. Okay, let me think. Trying to think. I had a couple of pages in there. They talked about the Joker and the gesture to watch out for them. Remember, this is about the various enhanced social engineering tactics that are being used. And so we talked about the people that are like placed. And I hear people talking about their agent. Really, based on my research, there are agents now in place. The powers that be don't want us to wake up. And so remember I said one of the tactics that they use to impose social engineering is through fear. So we have been being ongoing continuously, and it's just compounding, socially engineered through all of these events we're going through. We are traumatized and we are primed in order to be manipulated, you know, our minds to be manipulated in order to dictate what our behavior will be in the near future. And so I know you're like, what will our behavior be in the near future? Well, let's say hypothetically, case scenario, like I live in Detroit. I've been seeing on Facebook, I haven't read any legal documentation or anything, but I've been seeing on Facebook that the president been considering sending troops in to Detroit because of the gun violence. I mean, people done went nuts, y'all. Nuts. That would probably end up being like martial law, something they have been trying to do. See, they are already planned this. We don't understand how these powers that be think. So ride the wave with me, if you will. Let me give you an example. Let me say, the pandemic occurs. We think it just happened out of nowhere. No, it was planned. What they call these stimulus packages. We think, oh, fucking shit. God damn, I'm tired of this motherfucker. They get real. And I ain't even saying nothing. I ain't even got my notes. I mean, these motherfuckers right here. This is crazy. I done got hungry. What time is it? Mother. I say people don't always agree. When a member of their group betrays the group, even family, they disappear. Of course, they don't want to get banged on. The movie The Godfather showed us this. This is crazy. And they would not let my channel grow. They stop me every freaking fragging time. This is unbelievable. That's all right. On my goddamn money back.